They're the landlords and real estate agents taking advantage of desperate renters, capitalising in a crisis, making tenants feel powerless and bullied. These renters are fed up, so they called us.
They're taking advantage of a rental crisis. They just don't have to fix anything because there's someone else who's desperate enough to move in.
I did not expect the roof to collapse or mould to be infestated in the house at all.
Mould, collapsing ceilings, unrepaired flood damage. Just some of the things tenants tell us they have to live with.
Do you feel like you've been failed by the agent and the landlord?
Yes, 100%, yeah.
Single mum of 5, Jacinta Nichols, started renting this house on Brisbane's south side last December. After heavy rain in February, Jacinta says the garage ceiling collapsed and then mould spread through the property. She says the first time her landlord looked at the damage was 3 weeks ago.
And then just leaves the country. It's gone on a holiday, in his words.
And when did you first notice a problem with the ceiling?
A year ago.
Murtaza Din says he watched a crack in his ceiling gradually get worse for months. He says he reported it to his letting agent. They finally sent a builder who said there was no danger, and then this happened. Murtaza's mother was in the room at the time the ceiling collapsed and had to be taken to hospital.
Are you angry about what's happened here?
Yeah, I was really angry.
The ceiling collapsed in the garage.
Yeah.
And it still hasn't been repaired.
No, it's been months.
You moved out of the property in February when you noticed the mould.
Yeah.
Jacinta's 1-year-old son, Jakaya, suffers serious breathing difficulties. So she says she chose to move out and stay in a motel.
I went to the real estate and I said, look, I'm paying rent so I don't go on ticker, and I'm paying this motel. Can I just get a rent reduction or compensation for the motel? They said, I'll talk to the owner. They spoke with the owner and he just said no.
Obviously they've repaired the ceiling.
They did, yeah, well, after like 3 weeks.
Murtaza says his agent offered them temporary accommodation, but he was nervous to leave the house, which was no longer secure. He also says he lost $8,000 worth of his own furniture when the ceiling collapsed, and so far hasn't been offered any compensation.
Every time I email her, she's saying, I'm negotiating with the owner, The owner doesn't have insurance.
I'm still paying the full rent.
2 months ago, Delicia Brooks says her rental flooded downstairs. She's still waiting for repairs, but the landlord is refusing to reduce the rent, telling her she can still live in the property.
So you've got no compensation for this inconvenience?
No.
Certainly rental properties do need to be in good, clean condition, and that's both the property and its inclusions.
Antonia Mercarello from Queensland's Real Estate Institute says weather events and the rental crisis has made things tougher for tenants.
A tenant may feel that there's a power imbalance and may feel that that owners or property managers are not responding promptly enough.
Before the floods, they were breached, I think. There may be 13 breaches for safety concerns like the fire alarm, the doors not locking, many things.
All states have somewhere renters can complain to. In Queensland, Delicia Brooks says she's made numerous complaints to the Residential Tenancies Authority, but it can only mediate an outcome.
It's about a 6-week wait just to get to mediation again.
The next option will be here in Queensland, QCAT, the Queensland Civil and Administration Tribunal, or the equivalent in other states or territories. The challenge, of course, with waiting to go to the tribunal is that that can take weeks, if not months.
Even though professional cleaners have tried to get rid of the mould in Jacinta's rental, she says it's still there, so she's looking for a new place.
I've been trying. I've applied for over 153 houses in the past 6 weeks.
Honestly, they're just bullying us and they're just hoping we'll go away or the lease will run out. They have so many other desperate people willing just to move in and put up with their crap.
We've approached the real estate agents and landlords in relation to these matters. In Delicia's case, the property manager assures us they are working to resolve the issue.